Have you ever wondered how your net worth stacks up against your peers? I've done the research, and in this video I'm going to share with you the average net worth by age in the UK. And by looking at these numbers you can see roughly how you compare with your age group. If you're new to this channel, I'm Matt, I'm a finance consultant. I've spent over 8 years working for one of the top consulting companies in London. I now run my own company, and on this channel I talk all things personal finance. So before we get going with revealing the net worth figures, it's worth explaining what net worth is and how it's calculated. It's the calculation of what you own, your assets, minus what you owe, your debts and liabilities. So for example, if you had a £250,000 house, £50,000 in your pension and £10,000 in savings in a bank account, then that would mean that you have £310,000 worth of assets. But to work out net worth, you would need to subtract your debts. So if you had a £200,000 mortgage and £2,000 worth of credit card debt, then that would mean that your net worth is actually the £310,000 minus the £202,000, equaling £108,000. You can use an online net worth calculator to help you calculate your own net worth. The key categories that make up net worth are firstly physical wealth, which includes the value of any cars that you own or household possessions like expensive furniture, jewellery, watches or electronics. Secondly, property wealth, which includes your home or main residence and any other properties that you might have, for example a rental property or a holiday home. This is the value of the properties minus any mortgage debt. Third is the value of your pension investments, and fourth is your financial wealth from things like savings, stocks and shares and any other financial investments that you might own, minus any financial liabilities like credit card debts or personal loans. Importantly, net worth is not to be confused with earned income, which is your paycheck or monthly salary. You might be earning over £100,000 a year, but if you spend all your money and you don't save, invest and have assets, then your net worth is going to be zero. Nimblefins did some helpful analysis of ONS data to calculate the overall average net worth of an adult in the UK, and they calculated it at approximately £309,000. However, the average is often skewed by affluent individuals driving it up. If you look at the median or middle point value, which is a more accurate representation of the everyday person, the overall median net worth of an adult in the UK is over £162,000. This is based on an individual's net worth, not household net worth, which is when you combine your partner's and your net worth together. In this video, we're going to be looking at both the median and average net worth figures for an individual. So let's get going and start with the net worth for people aged in their 20s. For people between 20 and 24, the median net worth is just over £12,000. For a lot of people at this age, they're finishing university or training apprenticeships, and they're just starting their careers, often with large amounts of student debt to pay back. Some people may have left education from 16 years old and been in work now for a few years and managed to build up a small amount of wealth. And then for people aged between 25 and 29, still in the early part of their career, the median net worth is over £25,000 and the average net worth is now over £75,000. Most of the wealth for people aged in their 20s is in physical wealth, so possessions like cars or mobile phones. In the 30s age group, net worth increases more rapidly, with pension and property wealth contributing on top of physical wealth. For people aged between 30 and 34, the median net worth is over double at over £56,000, and the average net worth also increases to over £90,000. And then by 35 to 39, net worth increases again, with the median net worth at over £86,000 and the average net worth is now over £146,000. In the late 40s and 50s age groups, again we see big increases in net worth. This is where people's pensions and investments have grown, they've owned and held property which has appreciated over time, and maybe they have their own businesses too, which has helped to increase their net worth. This is also the age groups where people on average are earning the most amount of money they will do over their lifetime, and therefore they're able to save, invest and grow their wealth faster. The 40 to 44 age group, the median net worth is over £135,000 and the average net worth is over £243,000, and this steadily increases for the 44 to 49 age group and again for the 50 to 54 age group, meaning that by mid to late 50s the median net worth is around 84% higher and the average net worth is around 67% higher when compared to the net worth of the early 40s age group. For 55 to 59-year-olds, the median net worth is over £247,000 and the average net worth is around £405,000. From early 40s to mid 50s, property wealth on average contributes the largest proportion to overall net worth, followed by pension investments. However, by late 50s, pension wealth overtakes property to become the largest contributor. Surprisingly, financial wealth makes up a much smaller proportion of net worth. The median figures are just £2,778 for those in their early 40s and only increase to £5,300 by late 50s. So if you're able to start investing and compounding your investments from an early age, you'll be way ahead of most people. In the early to mid 60s age group, net worth peaks and then gradually starts to decline from late 60s when pension and retirement spending is increasing. Often at this point, people are turning their investment strategies from wealth appreciation to wealth preservation to support their retirement plans. For people aged between 60 and 64, the median net worth peaks at over £311,000 and the average net worth peaks at over £473,000. For people aged over 65, the median net worth decreases to £292,000 and the average net worth is down to £456,000. So having heard the net worth figures across the different age groups, if you're wondering how you can build and increase your own net worth, I've got 5 tips for how you can do this. The first one is on how you manage your income and expenses and stopping the cycle of lifestyle inflation. As you earn more money, you spend more money. Many of the people who have large wealth aren't actually the same people who spend lots of money on designer clothes, sports cars, or multiple holidays abroad. If you can do your best to keep your expenses at a similar level or within your means while your income goes up, you'll find you're able to grow your wealth at a much faster rate. One of the things I found really helpful was to have an income and expenses tracker. It helped me to set a goal on where I wanted to get to identify what I could save and invest, and it also helped me to target reducing the cost of large monthly expenses so that I could manage my budget to be within my means each month. The second point is to pay off any high interest debt that you've got, such as credit card debt, car loans, personal loans, or student debt. It's very hard to build your savings and wealth if you've got high interest debt. It can often feel like you're living paycheck to paycheck. As soon as your pay comes in, you spend it on rent, bills, you pay off any credit card interest, and then you find at the end of the month that you haven't got any money left to save and invest. So if you've got high interest debt, make this a priority to pay this off as soon as possible. Start by listing any debts that you have with an interest rate of greater than 7% and pay off the highest interest first. Third is to save at least 20% of your income each month and to put it into your pension and investments. If you haven't done this already, start by opening a tax-free investment account such as a stocks and shares ISA, and also maximize your contributions into any employer matched pension schemes that are available to you. Fourth is to focus on ways to increase your income. There are a few ways to do this. One way is by investing in yourself to increase your skills so you're more valuable in the job market, either to be able to negotiate a higher salary or to be able to find a higher paying job. For example, if you currently work as a waiter in a restaurant and you manage to save up £500 and you take that money and you pay for a sales course which enables you to get a sales job earning more money, if you were then able to add the ability to do marketing on top while you're doing your sales job, then you can now run your own ad campaigns, you can get customer leads in, and you can close sales. Your earning potential has just gone up tenfold from the pay you were getting as a waiter. Another way to increase your income is to start a side hustle business. There are lots of videos on YouTube and online giving ideas of what you can start from scratch, and many of these don't require lots of startup money to get going with yourself. For example, it could be teaching a short course online about how to edit photos, which you can do on platforms such as Udemy. Have a think about what strengths and skills you already have which could help you to earn some additional money on the side. And the fifth and final point is to invest with a long-term mindset. The trend for most people is that net worth grows as you get older, and it's important to be as consistent as you can with your investments so that compound interest can do its job in helping your money grow over time. If someone with 30 were to invest £500 per month over a 35-year period, assuming an average annual rate of return of 8%, they would have over £1 million of investments by 65. That's pretty good going. The earlier you can save and invest, the more benefit you can get from compounding your investments. The other part to this is acquiring assets which grow in value over the long term. If you look at a lot of the wealthiest people in the world, people like Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, their wealth isn't based on just having cash in the bank. It's based on the value of the assets that they own. They've acquired assets such as businesses or property, and their wealth grows from the equity value increasing and also from the assets generating income. And that income's then reinvested to buy more assets, and that cycle keeps compounding, growing the size and value of their assets and wealth. So these are my top 5 tips for helping you grow your net worth and wealth. I hope this video has been helpful. Feel free to leave any questions in the comments and give the video a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.